I'm gonna tell you how to get over them and how to get over them fast. If you've not been here before, I'm Ellie and I talk all about dating, relationships, breakups. If you've ever been dumped, cheated on, anything, this is the place you want to be, so make sure to subscribe. Without further ado, let's get chatting. Okay, first step, you've just broken up, you're heartbroken, you need to stay away from them. Cut them out, at least for now, and that's just not in person, that's also online. Because we live in such a weird society now where we can watch everything someone else does, and that is the last thing that you want to be doing if you actually want your heart to heal. Because what we try to do when we're missing that piece is we try and fill in the blanks. So the last thing you want to do for your own mental health is to go onto his profiles, look at his stories, watch his friends' stories, look at the photos, look at the places that he's tagged, and start making these assumptions because your brain is automatically going to try and fill in the gaps. And sadly, that technique is not always there to help us. Our brains, if we're thinking negatively about the situation anyway, are probably going to fill it with negatives. And I am not saying to cut them out forever. Maybe one day you'll become amicable and you will want to think about the memories that you shared and have that person in your life because they probably were a massive part of your life. But for now, you need to keep that distance. Especially if they were toxic and you're trying to get away from that toxic relationship. Because there is nothing toxic people love more than an opening. So they might send you a big paragraph asking why and how. And all they want is a reaction from you. They want you to open yourself back up to them so that they can try and weave their way back in. But we can't do that. Keep that distance, people, trust me, and you will heal so much faster. Step 2 is to talk to people. And that can be anyone. That can be your close friends, your close family. It can be people on an online forum. However you want to do it, just make sure that you are talking. Because when we go through breakups or any kind of upsetting event, it's so easy to just go into yourself and not want to talk about it and just keep it all buried inside. But that's the most toxic thing that you can do for your healing process. As much as we might find it hard, we need to talk about our feelings. We need to get it out there because it helps us to process the breakup. It helps us to process and our brain to process what's going on. Otherwise, you're just keeping in this whole storm of confusion and upset and grief and heartbreak. You need to let that out to start healing. And even just the distraction of hanging out with your friends or family to talk to them is such a good thing to stop your brain from repeating the same toxic cycles that it will do if you just stay alone, kind of wallowing in your own sadness. You really don't realise how just talking to people and making other human connections just stops your brain from getting into those toxic cycles that it's probably been in for a while and just repeating itself. I know. We're creatures of habit. It's what we do, it's how we've learned to survive, but it's time to change that in circumstances like this. Step 3 is to try and not care what other people think. And also, apart from your close friends and your close family that you need to offload to and speak to, keep people out of your business as much as you can. Of course, if this was a toxic person that you were dating, they're probably going to make it everybody's business because they want to somehow keep a hold of you. But the worst thing that you can do is tell loads of people or air that dirty laundry online, because that keeps it alive for you. That keeps it an active thing in your brain, and when you're trying to move on, it's just going to still be there. You're going to have constant reminders of it because everyone around you and online is going to be constantly reminding you of it. And sometimes it's tempting when, we don't have that closure yet to want to tell everyone how you feel and how betrayed you are. But all that's doing is keeping that heartbreak at the forefront of your mind. And that's not healthy. Next step, you want to make yourself feel good. However that is for you, whatever that is. Could be going out with your friends, putting a cute outfit on, doing your makeup, doing your hair, snapping some cute pics and just making yourself feel like you again. It's about regaining that confidence that's probably been lost. And that's a part of the heartbreak. It really hurts when we feel like we're not good enough for someone. And as much as it might be someone else's problem, we blame ourselves and we put that on ourselves when it's not. And sometimes you just need to remind yourself how amazing you are. But if that is not for you, that's fine. You just need to do other things that make you feel good. Even if that's just basic self-care, like having a bath and shaving your legs and just putting a face mask on, putting some new PJs on, whatever makes you feel good and will make you feel happy within your own skin, that is so important right now. Do things that make you happy and be kind to yourself, okay? Don't be so hard on yourself. If you feel like this was your fault, or however you're feeling, stop blaming yourself, because you need to show yourself some love right now. We can be our own worst enemy sometimes, and really we should be our own best friend. Okay, carrying on, you want to avoid the rebound. Now this is a massive thing because it can be so tempting as a quick fix to how you're feeling. You're thinking, I might just call on an old flame, or I might go on a dating app and arrange to meet someone just to distract yourself and to build that confidence back up, but not in the most healthy way, you know? Here is why the rebound is not going to work. It's gonna give you a momentary feeling of happiness and a distraction from this heartbreak, but it is simply gonna be a distraction. And if you constantly distract yourself with a rebound or other things that are maybe not so healthy to numb the pain, you never truly deal with how you're feeling. And that's the most toxic thing. As hard as it is and as much as it hurts, you have to ride that wave. You have to face all of those emotions head on and just feel them and process them and understand what they are and what they mean. And that's the way that you truly heal. If you push it to the back of your mind and use unhealthy coping mechanisms, it's gonna come back to bite you, and you're never gonna truly get over it. And that's how it drags itself out, and you find yourself 2 years down the line feeling sad about it still, because you've never actually faced it head on, okay? I know it's scary and it's gonna hurt like nobody's business, but it's what we have to do if you truly want to heal yourself. Next up, something that's really helped me is making a list, making a visual list in front of you that you can see of why you should not be together. Whatever that may be, reasons that you're toxic together, reasons that they're toxic to you, reasons that you don't like them that much. I don't know why you broke up, but just tailor it to your specific circumstance. Writing down all the reasons that you shouldn't be together, and writing down little icks that they give you, or just things that are gonna make you see not this tainted version that we tend to look at when we break up. When we look back at something, we tend to pull out the good and we focus on the good, when really a lot of that time it wasn't good. This is going to help you to remember that there's a reason that you broke up, and it's going to keep you grounded and keep you on this path to recovery and to healing, where you realize that that person wasn't right for you. They're not good for you in becoming the best version of yourself, and you need to always put yourself first. So whenever you're feeling a bit sad, read this list and remember, it's not this fairy tale that you're remembering. There was a lot of bad there, and you've got that in front of you, and you can visually see it, read it aloud to yourself, however you have to do it. But that seriously helped me. Okay, the final step that is so important is making the decision to get over them. As simple as that. Making the conscious decision that you are going to let them go. You are going to decide to get over them and remove them from your life. That sounds so simple, but that's something that most people miss, because we do all this healing and we make ourselves feel good and we build our confidence back up, but still we allow ourselves to think of them. We allow ourselves to think of what could have been and dwell on the past and dwell on what the future might have been. We have to stop that. I'm not saying that you can never think about them, that's totally unnatural, but you need to take them out of the forefront of your mind and stop dwelling on them, stop thinking about them before you go to sleep at night. Whatever it is that you do when you're driving to work, listening to some music and they pop into your head, you need to stop yourself, actively stop yourself, and make that decision that you are going to move on. You're not going to go back, you're not leaving any doors open, as tempting as it can be, because loss is hard. And it's a breakup, yes, but it's grief. You're losing this person. This person is gone. And it's hard to process, especially when they're still somewhere out there. But tell yourself it's time to let go, to move on. Keep telling yourself that over and over, write it down and fully accept it. And it's only then that we can truly let go and move on. Now, I hope this helped. I know these steps helped me, and I know that they're really healthy steps that we can take to try and recover and try and feel better. I know it's hard, I know it sucks right now, and I feel for you. And it might not be easy, you might not be ready to take these steps yet, but just save this video for whenever you are and use it. And make sure to subscribe, because I'm here to help you get through this breakup. We're in this together, okay? Okay, time for me to go. Wipe those tears, or cry a river. Do whatever feels right for you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.